was going to be destroyed, and our only grim consolation was that there was nothing we could do to stop it. The neutron star collided, and millions of years of our history got wiped out in an instant. That's why they developed the Rebirth Project. Everyone on Earth fighting for survival, and a lottery among the fittest to see who gets to live thousands of light years away. I won, and that's why I'm here on this Ark ship. I'm a pioneer, one of millions, and our job will be to rebuild civilization in this new solar system. I've been frozen for the entirety of the trip, and now I'm ready to embark on my journey. Our journey.
I've heard a lot of good things about this. Briefly watched a couple of videos myself, but so far the tagline has been "Satisfactory meets EVE Online." I think it's a bit soon to be saying that, but sure. Hey, we'll see. We'll jump in and see what we think. There is no randomize feature, apparently. Right, I'm Irish, so pretty much white. No. Let's bring that down to a nice emerald. Secondary, what would look good with the emerald? Ooh, I like that. It's like an indigo, metallic indigo with the emerald. Very snazzy. Right, let's offset that with maybe white. Yeah, that works. There we go, make that a little bit deeper. Continue. Reminds me of Terminator movie. Yeah, I think it was one of the Terminator movies where you see a scene where there's loads of pods on the ground with the humans. Very ominous looking door. So yeah, I haven't read much of anything about this, so in fact we're completely winging it. Seems pretty good. Value at €20 for 3 months as well to start off. And that's fair enough, like they do need to pay for server infrastructure and stuff. If only the likes of Blizzard could learn from this lesson. They charge way too much for Warcraft.
Welcome to Alioth, Nova.
Here, what's
I'm
going on with
Ophelia,
this?
the
Why is it
Archship
not captured?
AI. I will assist you in your first steps,
sake.
seeing as you just woke up from an extended cryosleep period. Keep an eye on the chat
Did we
window
really
in the
just
lower
start
left
this
part
game
of the
with nothing
screen.
being
It
captured?
contains a transcript of what I say, with important information.
no.
There's a button near the window that you can use at any time. To start with, let's make sure your motor skills are not affected. Simply head towards the green waypoint behind
Simply
the stairs.
shut up so I
using
can change the display settings to hopefully get it to full screen that it'll get captured. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, it is full screen, so why is it not? Oh, let's try this. DirectX optimized. Yeah. Motion blur, no. Why is it on low? Restart for options to take effect. Really? Come on, such a basic feature. Right, let's launch it again. Let me just check my Stream Deck to see if I have a button set up for this. To switch the view. Thought we did. Game capture full screen. No, it's not that one. Hold on a sec, let's see what it's called. I thought I had one set up for display capture. Let's put it in there. Okay, Stream Deck, Streamlabs, OBS, source. Nope, not that one. That's really strange now. Why can't I? Right, hopefully that's it. Let's launch it first. We'll see if it updates. Come on, do it. I don't know why they play silly beggars with the way things are drawn. Can we not just stick to the standard that works for games so they can be captured? Not this fucking messing. No, it's still not showing up. Even with the delay on the stream, it's still not showing up. So let's try this method and see if this works. There we go. I hate using display capture.
To start with, let's make sure your motor
There's always a
skills
risk
are not
factor
affected.
with, you know, obviously
Simply
personal
head towards the
information and
green
other things
waypoint
getting
behind the stairs using
picked
the
up that you
movement
don't want,
keys.
and you shouldn't have to be thinking about those things. But anyways, right. We're in Ophelia. Okay. How do I get the button? This is a button I shouldn't be pressing.
Welcome to Alioth, Novian. I'm Ophelia, the Arkship AI. I will assist you in your first steps, seeing as you just woke up from an extended cryosleep period. Keep an eye on the chat window in the lower left part of the screen. It contains a transcript of what I say, with important information about which keys to press.
How
There is
about
a
we get
button
on with
near
it?
the window that you can use at any time to replay this tutorial in the future. I have marked it with a green waypoint. You can also abort the tutorial by pressing the abort key at any time, but this is not recommended. You have much to learn after your long cryosleep. To start with,
Well,
let's
we're not
make sure
exactly
your
off to a
motor
great
skills are
start.
not affected. Simply head
When
towards the green
this game
waypoint
runs
behind the
full
stairs
screen and can't
using
be
the
captured, you know,
movement keys.
like Rings of Elysium was one that was like that. Great game, but utter shame you couldn't actually play it without such drama. Anyway, let's start to make sure you want your motor skills. Yeah, nobody needs to do a tutorial on WASD. That should be removed from games. It should not be a thing for odd tutorials. If you can't grasp that concept, you need to uninstall your games.
Very good. Now, let's try the jump action. You are in perfect shape. Great. Let's try your headlight, which is very useful, and now, take your time to look at the world around you through the glass panes.
Next.
This gigantic planet is all yours to conquer, as well as the many other planets in the system. You are free to shape the world as you see fit. Build an empire, explore the vastness of space, create a trade federation or a pirate alliance, or live secluded on a forgotten moon. There are
Let
no
me
rules
out.
here, except for the one you make for
They're
yourself.
talking too much.
When you are ready, follow the waypoint and look through the marked window.
Didn't we
The
not do
buildings
this
in front of
already?
you are one of the many district areas of Alioth. Districts contain all the facilities that you will need to begin your journey. In particular, they host institutes where various tutorials are located. We will get back to that later. Now, it's time to go and start preparing for your journey. Head downstairs and follow the waypoint. Continue down and get close to the
Oh,
screen.
shut up. Let me get
marked
down
with the
there
green
first.
Waypoint. Let's begin by looking at your tools. Tools are located at the bottom of the screen in the form of quick access slots. You can select them with the quick access keys.
You don't say.
As you can see, the last slot is currently empty. We will now learn how to equip a new tool in that place. Approach the highlighted tool dispenser unit next to you. Dispensers are elements, which are objects you can deploy in the world. For example, chairs, windows, plants or doors are all elements. Some elements, like this dispenser, can be activated by pressing the activate key while pointing at them. Very good. The dispenser just gave you a new tool that is now stored inside. The inventory is a central interface for managing everything you carry around with you. It contains items like tools, materials, elements, or blueprints. We will look into it in more detail through the various specialized tutorials. For now, locate the repair tool that was just given to you, and simply drag and drop it into the free slot below. Well done. Note that the inventory does not have an infinite capacity, it is restricted in volume. Thanks to the nanopack technology, this volume is pretty huge, but still, better keep an eye on the size of objects you store. Now, simply close the inventory by pressing the close cross on.
Oh, I
Okay.
can. Just give me
We
the
are now
option to
ready
shut
to
up.
continue downstairs. This time, we will need to use an elevator. Move to the designated waypoint. Elevators are connected together via up and down links. Stepping onto an elevator and pressing the crouch key or the jump key will.
You mean like that?
Welcome to the main room. You can get back anytime by stepping on the same elevator and pressing. In front of you is a miniature reproduction of the arc. This is Alioth, the planet on which you currently stand. You can rotate the planet by clicking and dragging it with the mouse. You can also zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Zoom until you can clearly see the hex. Each of these tiles is a territory you can claim. Tiles in red are already claimed. Tiles in purple are non-claimable, and mostly exist around the arc ship. The arc ship is represented by a small icon in the center of the purple tiles area. At any time, you can center onto your position on the map by pressing the center icon on the top left. Try it now. You can also mark any place on the surface of the planet to create a waypoint. Waypoints are displayed in your HUD so that they are easy to track. To set a waypoint, simply right-click on a point on the map and select Set as Destination.
Somewhere where there's a bit of water.
Very good. There are still many areas on the map that you will learn to use over time. For example, the selector area here allows you to list your constructs, review bookmarks, and see any available warp beacons or other points of interest. In the lower right corner, you can find a list of current objectives in a tutorial, usually with hints on how to achieve them. For now, let's just close the map. You may have seen on the map that certain territory tiles are claimed. To claim a tile, you must deploy a territory unit on the ground. Let's have a look at one. Follow the waypoint. As you can see, it's quite huge. Once a territory unit is deployed onto a tile, this tile belongs to you. It means you can start to build constructs on. Territory units are quite expensive and will probably not be the first thing you deploy on Alioth. Instead, we have a much better way to let you grab a piece of land. Let's discover this now. Follow the waypoint behind you, to the elevator on the end of the room, and move up. This will take us to the observatory.
Okay. I don't think that's what you meant. Oh yeah, that one.
Welcome to the observatory. From here, you should be able to see Alioth's moon. Let's open the map again by pressing the map key. The map also contains a solar system view. Click on the system tab. Here you can see all the planets currently accessible in the system. Select Alioth, the planet where you currently are located, by clicking on it. As you can see, Alioth has 3 moons. One of them looks a bit like a twin of Alioth and is marked with a small shield icon. This is the Sanctuary Twin Moon, or the Twin for short. Select it by clicking on it. Excellent. Now, good. Now, this twin moon, just like Alioth or any other planet, is also covered with tiles that you can claim. A sanctuary moon is a moon where no combat will ever occur, as it is a safe zone. This means that every territory you claim will remain yours forever, and nobody can take your belongings or build anything there without your consent. This is a great way to create a safe haven to store your valuables and build your home. Getting to a sanctuary moon and claim a tile should be your first goal in Dual Universe. You can claim only one
Surely
tile on a
that's where
sanctuary
we
moon,
should be
and you will
starting.
need a special sanctuary territory unit for that purpose. Let's go and get one. It's free for all new Novians. Close the map window. Notice how the sanctuary twin moon is now identified by the waypoint in the sky. There is a shuttle service, which we will introduce at the end of this tutorial. Now, let's get your sanctuary territory unit. Simply fantastic. Now that you are equipped with your territory unit, let's get back to the rest of the Now is the time to present the key pillar activities that are available for Novians. Each of these will be
Novian.
presented here quickly,
Not
and you will later
Novians.
be able to discover more about them via the institutes and their dedicated tutorials. Let's head to the mining station first. Follow the waypoint towards the downstairs platform. Mining is one of the primary activities. As is often the case, to access, press the quick access key. Great.
Skip actually works.
Unfortunately, there are no surface harvestable elements here, so you will need to go through the dedicated tutorial in the Mining Institute to practice. Now,
No, we're not practicing mining. Don't be so silly.
to begin mining deep underground, you will need a way to scan for available materials in a large radius. This is the job of the scanner tool, highlighted here. Once in close range, the directional detector will help you pinpoint the location of the material. Finally, to collect the found material, or simply to dig your way down, you will use the mining tool, highlighted just below. Now, let's talk about the markets. Get close to the waypoint. Markets are an essential part of Novian life. This is where markets are physically located in the world. They are accessible either via market pod units, like the one in front of you. Very quickly, let's have a look at what the nanomarket interface looks like. You can search for a particular item that you would like to trade by using these search boxes. Nitron is a fuel you will often use and frequently buy. Type Nitron in the search box to get access to. You can see the market orders for Nitron. These are all the intentions to buy or sell Nitron by other Novians on various markets in the solar system. You can pick the cheapest or the nearest offer, depending on your priorities. You can also create your own buy or sell orders, or let the system pick the best offer for you. We will look into this at the end of this tutorial, when we will buy Nitron for your speeder vehicle. For now, let's close the Okay. Let's now have a look at another important activity, industry. Go to the in front of you is an assembly line, one of the many industry unit elements available, which includes things like chemical reactors, glass furnaces, refineries, or smelters.
So this is the automation
Each industry
stuff
unit type is
like.
specialized through certain types of recipes. The assembly line can take ingredients in an entry container, like the one here on the left, and then run a recipe to craft elements. The elements are stored in the exit container, as seen here on the right, that can be chained as an entry container for another industry unit. To select the recipe, there is an industry. Thankfully, entry-level recipes for simple products can be excellent. Now, let's open the NanoCraft. Great. This interface allows you to pick a recipe and run it in the background to produce simple products. On the left is a selection area to pick a recipe. You currently have just a few ingredients, which allow a limited set of excellent. Now, let's click on Nitron Fuel to select the corresponding recipe. The panel that appeared shows you the necessary ingredients. Fantastic. As you can see, your job is now in the queue and you will have a batch of Nitron ready in a few seconds. That will be all for this short introduction. There is of course more to know, and you can go to the Industry Institute to go through the specialized. For now, let's close this window. In general, Okay. Now let's learn about building, and how you can use all these materials and elements to create amazing constructs. Just turn to the station on your right. This bizarre construction in front of you is called a construct. It is a mix of deployed voxel materials used to sculpt a shape, and deployed elements to. The first element you deploy to create a construct is a core unit, as highlighted here. It will create a building zone, within which you will be allowed to build. Core units come in different sizes, and also specializations. Static core units are for ground buildings, dynamic core units are for ships or anything that moves, and space core unit are for space stations. Once you have created your building zone, you can start to deploy matter, as voxel honeycomb materials, or voxels for short. You have a large palette of tools and materials. Finally, you can add elements to your construct, in the form of engines, doors, lights. Building is a vast subject. It is advised to
I
go
really
through the
hate that
various
word
building
elements now.
tutorials located inside the Building
Should be
Institute.
assets or
Note that the building
objects.
you are currently in. Also, some of the cool constructs you can build not only include static buildings, but also space or atmospheric ships.
Right, where are we off to now?
This is a surface speeder, a very basic ground atmospheric vehicle that is both convenient and cheap to build, and allows you to move around planet surfaces. You'll be given everything in this speeder is functional and plays a role in making it work. Here are the hover engines, which help the speeder float above the ground. These extra small atmospheric engines are used for propulsion and moving. They require fuel. Adjusters are small elements used to create rotational forces and help balance your. You also need brakes to be able to slow down. And finally, you need a piloting seat to be. All these elements are. Note that piloting in the atmosphere of a planet or in outer space can be very different. In Duo Universe, piloting is an art, a subtle interplay between your piloting skills and the craftsmanship of the ship designer. You can learn more about piloting is not only about navigate. I've highlighted the weapons that are equipped on this small ship. There are many more types of weapons, ammunition, and damage types. Each has a specific role. This is a small fighter, but you can also build giant battleships with a crew of hundreds of people, each assigned to a particular task. There is much more to discover about combat, so you should definitely visit the Military Institute to know more. Now, let's go to the last station and learn about organizations. Follow the waypoint. Organizations are a fundamental part of your social life. Let's have a quick look at the organization interface. Open it. As you can expect, you are not part of any organization yet. Let's click the search button to find out what are the currently exist. You can search through this list, focusing on open organizations, which are recruiting, or sorting by member numbers, name, or language. To apply for an organization, you need to open its details page. Click on the name of any of the listed organizations to open its details page.
There we go. There's the one's the biggest. And that one has a Discord.
In this window, you can see a summary of relevant information regarding this
I can
organization.
see nothing. Oh,
This
wait.
area will allow you to apply to join this organization, along with a place to write a quick introduction to go along with it. Joining an organization can be a considerable boost for your new life as a Novian. Choose wisely. You can now close the detail window. You can, of course, also decide to create your organization from scratch, even if this is a little bit more advanced. For it, you
Yeah,
can
let's
now
not.
close the Excellent. You have covered the basics. Now, let's move to the next step and talk about talents. Follow the waypoint.
I play saxophone, so I can't. All the saxophones, I should say.
To start with, let's open the talent window by pressing the talent key.
Talent key is F2.
Talents define your character abilities. They are grouped into categories that are displayed all around your avatar in this window. Here, for example, is the mining. Excellent. Now, look on the left at the list of categories that correspond to this group. Each category. Finally, select the nano.
This is very granular,
Talents
like
can be upgraded from level 1 up
skills
to
in
level
EVE
5
Online.
by spending talent points in increasing quantities.
But how do I
Each level
earn points
acquired
though?
provides a boost to a certain characteristic described just below its name. For example, here the nanopack upgrades helps to increase the size of the inventory by 200 liters for each talent level acquired. The amount of talent points you currently have is displayed in the upper part of the screen. Talent points automatically accumulate, even when you are offline, at a slow rate, shown here.
How can we
To
boost that?
consume points to instantly train a particular talent, you could simply. Most of the time, you have very little accumulated points, because the rate of accumulation is slow. Instead, you can decide to queue a talent, and enter an active learning phase, which considerably boosts the talent point acquisition rate. Let's train the first level of the nanopack upgrades talent. Press the queue talent button.
The what now? I know it's flashing here, but there's nothing there. So let me think. Do I have to click on this first? Let's train the first level of the nanopack upgrades talent. Yeah, so it hasn't completed the first one. There's it there, see? What is it doing? Queue all required.
As you can see, the selected talent now displays in the queue. You can queue several talents to train one after the other. Note that dependencies between talents might exist, and you should train talents in the right order. See how the acquisition rate is much faster during active learning. When a talent is in a queue, acquired points are immediately assigned to the talent which is currently being trained.
How do I?
It is a good practice to always have several talents scheduled in the queue, to be able to train them without interruption. Note that talents also train when you are offline. So, make sure to always have a filled queue that spans a long duration. If the queue ends when you are not online, you will fall back to the slow talent point accumulation rate.
Right.
Take your time to review the existing talents, and think about how you want to plan them out. There is no rule of thumb here. You can become hyper-specialized, or decide to be a jack of all trades. When you're ready, you can close the talent window. At this point, you might be confused by the vast number of interfaces and their various shortcuts. Thankfully, you don't have to remember all that. Let's enter into free mouse. The menu on the left gathers all the quick accesses to the available interfaces. And since your mouse is now free, you can simply click on them. Note that you can also select the tools in your toolbar, and generally interact with many more menus and options in this mode.
Click your first scoop of epoxy
One
dough.
example is the notification icon in the lower right part of the screen, which you can now access. Now is all.
What's he saying? Window codecs.
You can browse the many topics in the selection menu here. Normally when you leave the free mouse mode, temporary windows
Yeah,
are closed,
I never really
but
read
not the Windows
codexes, to be
codecs.
honest.
So it can be helpful to pin some help For now, we are going to close this.
Way ahead of you.
As we are talking about help, let me mention hints. Hints will appear regularly on the right of the screen, depending on your actions, to give you some help. You can review them later from the. Okay. You can now close the free mouse mode and return to the. Now, it's time to discover a really fun activity that is available to you right from the start. Let's go through the large exits, down the stairs, to the waypoint.
Finally.
Welcome to the surrogate VR stations. These stations can be used to enter a VR session to control a remote robot in telepresence. This is a fantastic way to discover locations and familiarize yourself with the possibilities offered to you, perhaps even visit a large organization. You first enter into a VR stations like this one by activating it. You can then select the destination site. You take control of a robot that awaits in a distant pod. Anyone can deploy a pod in their These are fake stations. You cannot use them.
Now she tells
But
me.
I will show you the real. One last thing. You may have noticed those buttons with a question mark on them. They are info buttons. They are placed in front of points of interest and you can press on them to display an informational message.
Yeah, I already did it. Can we not move on? I did activate the info button. Oh.
Great. Info buttons close themselves automatically, but you can also force them out with the cancel key. Another powerful way to discover things by yourself in dual universe.
Next.
Good, let's continue. The next important thing to learn about is the notion of rights. Everything you own can be shared with others, but it is by default only accessible to you. For example, try to deactivate the highlighted force field on the left. You can do it by pointing at it and pressing the interaction key and see what happens.
Left of what? Huh? What's she on about? Oh, this. Why didn't you just say that?
You received an action forbidden message, telling you that the owner of this element did not share it with you. This is actually how you can make your construct secure against intruders. Now, in the same way, try to activate the left button that controls the light above.
The left button that controls the... Wait, what?
Again, the right to activate has not been given to you. Now instead, try to activate the button on the right. I have given you the right to use it. As you can see, this time it worked. You can control the light by pressing this button. To set up an element's rights in a simple way, you can use the Here, you can access the Share Element or Share Construct options in the Construct submenu, which will allow you to You can now close the A much more complex system is available for advanced management. Now, simply deactivate the force field on your right by pointing at it. Very good. Now, let's continue our visit and go down to the lower level, using the elevator at the end of the room. On both sides of this corridor, you will find resurrection nodes. Drawing on the consequences of the Everett interpretation of quantum mechanics, we were able to design a technology. Beware that when you die, your inventory. It's important to know that you can craft or buy your own resurrection nodes. You can then install them in your Alright, so we are now almost ready to exit the starting hub. The last step is about collecting components to allow you to build a speeder ground vehicle. Follow the waypoint in the direction of the exit.
Be nice if we could toggle off all these white avatars on the hood. Oh, a sec. Let's see, can we improve the graphics? Ultra. Oh, it'll come up when it's next reloaded. What is this? Voxel quality. Number of threads. Right, Zoom. Does that look better? I don't know, the textures kind of look a little bit crap on the floor.
On both sides of this room are demonstration versions of two of the most popular UEF hovercraft speeders. These ground vehicles are extremely efficient to quickly navigate the surface of a planet, and you will need. One way to acquire these speeders is to get a blueprint and to run it. Each of the highlighted dispenser will grant you the blueprint of the speeder next to them. Go get one. To run a blueprint, you can simply double-click on it while it's in your inventory to deploy it into the world. You will be guided by the ghost bounding box that will appear. Another requirement to be able to deploy a blueprint.
Okay. What to say?
Now, don't deploy your blueprint right away. You may need to do that later on a sanctuary moon. Blueprints can also be. That being said, this concludes the starting hub portion. Look up.
Cool story, bro. Let's get out of here, please.
Welcome to the outside world. In front of you is a large.
Nope.
Let's actually go on the other side, where we will find the market and the institutes. Follow the waypoint ahead of you. You can run by pressing the run modifier, but you can also sprint at great speed by hovering above the ground thanks to your jetpack. Simply double tap the forward key. Very good. Now, let's walk to the other side of the parking lot.
Yeah, what's with these nasty white HUD icons?
Great, we are now at the district's market. Let's actually use it to buy a bit more fuel for our speeder. Head towards the waypoint and activate a market pod. This market pod interface is very similar to the nanomarket interface we have already seen. Here again, you can see the different market orders for nitron fuel, with the current market's name appearing in orange. Since there are sell orders on this market for nitron, you will be able to go through the simplified instant buy option. Instant buy will pick the best offer on the market where you currently are, and is a very good method for beginners to easily buy something. Simply click on the local instant buy button to start buying nitron. Now, enter a quantity here, like 10 liters. When you are ready, simply confirm your purchase with the confirm. Congratulations! You just acquired nitron. On the left side is your current inventory. On the right side is the market container's contents. Here you can see the nitron you just purchased. Note that if you want to put a sell order on something, you can. Now, to receive your fuel,
I seem to be moving too fast for it because it hasn't recognized the fact that I've actually taken the items. See, I've already taken it, and it has no idea that I've already taken it. Silly little bug. Oh, nope, nope, nope. I've broken it already. Come on, you dumb system. There's nothing there anymore. How does it not know that I've just emptied it? I was moving too fast for it. He says, get the nitron fuel. I already got the nitron fuel, you bellend. Oh, here, let's just do this. 10, confirm. Go to container. Oh, wait, what? Did I not just buy 10 units? What just happened? Okay. Where is it? Nope. Brilliant. What a stupid bug. Oh, shift backspace is not working. Oh, wait a minute. Does it skip objective? Shift page up, down. Nope, it's not responding to the keys. That's hilarious. What are we going to do? I really want to turn off those white icons because they're annoying. I don't need to see icons that big, or like it's really is enough to see their name. I could understand if the distance was, say, 10 times what it currently is. Fair enough. At least it wouldn't be so kind of in your face type. It's just a bit too much. Let me see, does Control H work? Okay, Control H works. Let's try Shift page up.
On the left side is your current inventory.
Right, so right shift doesn't work.
On the right side is the market container's contents. Here you can see the nitron you just purchased. Note that if you want to put a sell order on something, you can. On the left side is your current inventory. On the right side is the market container's contents. Here you can see. Now, to receive your fuel, great.
Yeah, we did.
You are now an accomplished trader.
So I'm using Shift page
when you
down.
are ready, you can close the market interface by clicking on the highlighted button. Before we go to the Institute Plaza, let's have a look at the connected surrogate VR station, just behind you. Follow the indicated waypoint. I invite you to come back here at the end of this tutorial, and activate any of these surrogate VR stations. You will be presented with a list of incredible sites to visit, anywhere in Dual Universe, through a remote-controlled robot. You can sort them by the number of recent visitors, to see the most popular first. This is a great way to discover what is possible in Dual Universe. Let's now go in the direction of the plaza, but in front of you are teleporters that grant you instant access to any of the 10 districts that are placed around the ARC ship. Each of these districts is identical to the one you are currently in, but Novians will start their journey in any one of them at random. You can use these teleporters to quickly reach for a particular. Now, let's follow the waypoint to one of the most important places of this district, the Institute Plaza, just at the top of the stairs. In front of you is a map of the plaza, with the different institutes around. There is an institute for each core activity. Go and visit them after we are done. They are fantastic ways to discover the many possibilities that are offered to you. Also, each of them hosts teleporters to interactive tutorials for activities like mining, piloting, building, market operations, industry,
mining and
etc.
construction.
Note that this district is not unique.
We'll head
As we
there.
saw just before, there are 10 similar districts spread in close proximity to the Ark ship. We have visited the teleporters available between them. Finally, let's get to the last step of our introduction, the Twin Moon Shuttle service. Follow the waypoint. Now, make a left turn and follow the waypoint again. Here we are. In front of you is a button that you will be able to use to call for a free Sanctuary Moon Shuttle service. This shuttle will connect you to a similar district on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. I will guide you to get there as soon as this introduction is over, and claim a tile for yourself, using the Sanctuary Territory unit you Let's take a look at the shuttle, which is on your right.
That thing doesn't look too, what's the word? Safe.
At this stage, you may not want to deploy your speeder blueprint. If you do it here, on Alioth, you will have to dismantle it before you can pocket it and eventually redeploy it again on the Sanctuary Twin Moon. You should rather keep your blueprint ready to deploy when you are on the Remember, to deploy your speeder blueprint, simply double-click on it in your inventory. Alright. That's it. You should now be prepared for the incredible adventure ahead of you. Just one more thing.
There's
I'll put
always
some
one more
broad
thing.
objectives for you in the upper left of the screen.
Alright.
These are suggestions of milestones to follow to properly build up your experience in Dual Universe, and they are very much recommended. Feel free to follow these at any time you feel ready, or to bypass them entirely. The first of these milestones is for you to reach the Sanctuary Twin Moon. You can use the shuttle. Welcome on the Twin. Now, the first of these milestones is for you to reach the Sanctuary Twin Moon.
Right.
You can use the
Shush.
shuttle service.
She talks way too much. Too slow. Anyway, right, let's have a look over here. No, I don't want hints. Right, boring, nothing there really, if any really else. Let's have a look and see, is there a HUD option to turn off that nonsense? No, there is not. In fact, there's feck all. Yeah, there's nothing there. Cannot change off the stuff on the hood for it. Looks like we're off the sanctuary.
Welcome on the Twin. Now, your next step is to try to locate a free tile on the map, get there and claim it. Try to find a tile not too far from a market, identified with the M icon. This will be useful later. To help you visualize the boundary of a tile in the 3D world, you can also press the Enhanced Visualization HUD key to toggle this display.
It's HUD, not
Try it now.
HUD. Just say HUD. You utter bellend. Yeah, there's a lot of people claiming their own water. It would be nice to know kinda, what's the word, from a, you know, resource perspective, like when you click, what the pros and cons of what you've chosen. I think it was Civilization had a similar thing. Obviously that's a different type of game, but still you could click on the octagon tile to then getting a information on it, on its resources. What is that? I suppose the other thing to consider is these white areas could be snow, which means you could get ice, which means you could turn ice into hydrogen and oxygen, for example. Assuming, of course, it works like that in this game. I'm thinking of space engineers, of course. I don't know. I'm inclined to go for this one if I can. Let's see what comes back. Right, so we are on Sanctuary. I don't think I saw
The first of these milestones is for you to reach Welcome on the Twin. Now, your next step is to try to locate a free tile on the map, get there and claim it. Try to find a tile not too far from a market, identified with the M icon. This will be useful later. To help you visualize the boundary of a tile in the 3D world, you can also press the Enhanced Visualization HUD key to toggle this display. Try it now. Excellent, you are now ready to go hunt for your free tile. It's probably also a good time for you to deploy your speeder now, so that you can travel faster. If you want to do so, go in your inventory and double-click on the speeder blueprint, then deploy it in the world. Now, to proceed further, I'll be waiting until you have deployed your Sanctuary Territory unit.
Oh, this is so annoying. Don't know where to pick. Where is do? Huh.
Congratulations. You have successfully deployed your speeder blueprint. Now, the next step is to put fuel in the fuel tank. For this, simply open your inventory by pressing the inventory key. Great. Search the content of your inventory and look for the nitron fuel. Double-click on its icon to automatically locate the fuel tank on the speeder. It's highlighted. Aim at it, and hold the left mouse button until you fill it entirely.
Now where do we get the red diesel?
Excellent.
I hear it's a
You're
bit
ready
cheaper.
to go explore. If you want to start piloting it, target your speeder seat, and activate it by holding the interaction button to start piloting the speeder. I will leave you on your own now. Enjoy exploring Dual Universe.
So where's that waypoint we set? Oh, land claim or whatever it's called. Why is it going down when I push forward? Hold on a sec. Where's that waypoint we set? There was some over here, wasn't it? Right, that wasn't shown on the map, was it? Hold on a sec, where are we? Right. It's like that doesn't add up. Okay. That's what it is then. And then mark it as well. Each one. There we go. I'm assuming we can just hover across this lake. We're about to find out. do we advanced controls forward. Right. Hopefully this will get us there quicker. Oh, say, okay, so some people are actually building on water. There's a lot of clutter on the ground. I don't think we can collide with those. Yeah, that's right. I just remembered that. The trees that are not really there. Right, so it's now, I think it's now actually been an hour and we've gotten feck all done, but I need to call it there until tomorrow. We'll get to the waypoint, we'll set up our STU, Sanctuary Territory Unit, and then we'll call it a night. Oh, hold on a sec. It's actually out in the water, isn't it? How's this gonna work? I'm pressing control to brake, and yeah. I think they might have kind of overdone it with the whole physics thing. But like you see in some other videos, people they're talking about like what do they call it? Braking distance, stopping distance, and how inertia and stuff like that is really taken into consideration when it comes to, you know, braking atmosphere and stuff. You know, at the end of the day, it is supposed to be a game, it's supposed to be fun. It's not meant to be really be a job. That's the last thing you want. Most of us want to be doing. And yes, I know. EVE Online it would be considered a job at this stage. Look how messy the territory is here. Whoa, it's going way too fast. Slow down. That looks like one of my neighbours. He's just sprawled all over the place, it seems. Like all those claimed tiles, and yet there's no one here except for him. It'd be cool if we could, like, say, like here at the coastline, just build it, dig into the ground. Oh, that's the other thing we probably should do, is queue up some talents while we're asleep. Let's see, can we get out? Whoa! There's no landing gear on that thing. Bit 7 of 7, basic maneuver 2. No, stop. Would you stop moving? Yeah, that's what I suspected. So this is gonna be a bugbear, I think, with this game initially. People claiming tiles that they're not actually using. This is where running your own server would be much better. Anywho, that's the end of part 1. Let's is it F2, I think? What we got here? Nanocrafter efficiency, core unit upgrades. No mention of what these actually do. Oh right, so that's for building, that looks like. We've got 2, accumulation rate is 90 per minute, so presumably there's a whatchamacallit, a talent that improves this. Now that would be a thing. Obviously it would be a very long period of time. It would be set to stock control, nano pack, queue all required. So to me that looks like they're in the wrong order. So we've just queued for three days of stuff. So let's it's not letting me get rid of them. Oh wait, I think I figured out what we were looking at. Yeah, so hold on a sec. Right, now where's that container thing? It's on to, it needs 3 and then it, okay, yeah, so let's look up as far as pack 3 and then it'll do container proficiency. What have we got here? Optimization, what does that even mean? Primary container, queue all. Efficiency. That should be enough till I am next up, I think. Let's have a look. No, actually, let's add scanning efficiency. Detector efficiency. Oh, there's loads of stuff here. Why do we need to go through advanced mining just to get to mining efficiency 1? That does seem a bit excessive, doesn't it? Oh well, we'll leave it cute. Alright. Bye for now.